Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time, especially on a Tuesday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Typically, we have these on Thursdays, as you know, but we have a week full of trainings, podcast. It's been nonstop here at Levinson. So we decided to squeeze this in on a Tuesday afternoon, and I just want to take a second to thank everybody on here. And my goal is that you walk away with nuggets and write down notes. We're going to send out a thank you email to all attendees, just like we always do. We want to make sure that you have everything at your fingertips when it comes to getting started with contracting, marketing brochures, marketing videos. Everything that you're about to see will be in your inbox. So let me, before we jump in, I want to give everyone the 100-foot overview real fast. And as you know, we have over 22,000 agents across the country in just about every city in the U.S., which is great. And it's also important to know that we understand, we have agents that focus on final expense, maybe a third bedroom term shop, right, set up in the house. We have other agents that focus on large estate planning IULs, that are 10, 20, 30, $50 million of death benefit and premium from time to time. So we feel, and I think the proof is in the pudding, and you'll understand, especially by seeing our next slide, which I'll go to in just a minute. But the facts are there that, post COVID, during the last 3 years, the younger generation, right, is more interested in life insurance than ever. And the fact is, they want to do things differently. And it doesn't matter if you're 17 or 93, we have to cater to the consumer. So knowing the consumer, right, is on social media and their cell phones are glued to their eyeball, we have to support these consumers and do business with them the way they want to do business with us, or else what's going to happen is you're going to wind up losing the referral that's a grandchild of Stephen or the son of Dorothy, right? It doesn't make a difference. They're going to want to Google you. They're going to want to go to your website. They want to know, hey, does this guy or girl have any reviews on Google or a Facebook page? Okay, so you have to cater to these people. And what does that mean? That yes, of course, you have to have your social media pages, your website set up, but you also have to have a way to do business with the younger generation where if they want to run a quote, they can. And if they want to apply on your website, they can. And if they want to get approved on the site, they can. Okay. And if they want a digital version of their policy, they can. Okay. Because you don't want them going to the next guy or girl. So it's very important to be proactive and make these changes, right? And innovate, especially coming into 2023. So at Levinson, and I've been preaching this for over 8 years now, okay, that you must change, or else what's going to happen is your referrals that know and love you, right, they're going to send their referrals and they're going to wind up going somewhere else if you're not online, if you don't have that presence, right? We know how that works. So yes, focus on your day to day. If you love the large cases, good for you. You're also going to wind up getting that call that says, hey, Bill, I'm taking out this SBA loan. I need coverage, right away. Okay. Or, hey, I'm working with a PNC agency, a health agency, and I need products. I need critical illness, cancer, accident. Okay. Or I need $1 million a term and I need this within a couple days. Okay. So you need to know a little bit about everything and have all of these products and tools in your toolkit. And Levinson has exactly that for all of our agents, and it's free. Okay, so very important stuff. Today, we're talking about Insure Me Now Direct. Okay, and when I'm going over the products, we have 4 guest speakers on with us from 2 different carriers. So we have an hour packed full of great nuggets. When I'm going through the products, I want you to understand that if you're an agent out there and you don't want to use the Insure Me Now Direct site, which is free, you get your own version, you want to sell the product from your own link or from the portal, you can do that as well. Okay, so there's no problem there. And you can have Insure Me Now Direct running in the background. So what I'm going to do, and I know we're short on time because we have a lot of slides and material to cover by 4 p.m. Eastern. What I want to do for a second is just explain Insure Me Now Direct for those of you that are newer with us. Think of an Amazon, right? Think of an Amazon platform for insurance products. Okay? Think of Amazon, but the difference is you are getting paid as the agent plus renewals. In fact, most of the products we're talking about today also pay renewals. Okay? And agent of record. Very, very important stuff here. Okay, you don't want to send business to a third party company where they pay you a referral fee and they're building their own book and they wind up cross selling your clients a year later, 6 months later, and you have no idea what's going on. Don't ever get caught up in that system, that multi level marketing system. No good. Okay, so every carrier and product on our site, your agent of record, you get full commission. Okay, it's very important. If you're working with, we have a few agents that work with associations, okay, small groups, work sites, real estate companies, even mortgage companies, banks, financial institutions. We can take the Insure Me Now site and brand it to that organization. And then everything sold through there, you get full commission on. Okay, and your agent of record. And then whatever you want to work out with that third party is up to you. Okay, it's great to have them insurance licensed, of course. Okay, but you guys can work that all out. But there is so many options here that it's endless. And as we're going through the slides, please write down some ideas because I know you're going to say, oh, what about Susie? She owns that PNC agency. She wanted an insurance arm. Well, here it is, turnkey, built within 24 hours for free. Okay, so just start thinking of different ideas and write down some notes because I want to make sure you maximize every minute spent with us today. Okay, so what's the big deal here, right? Why have we been marketing this for weeks now? And by the way, we're also going to blast this out over the weekend to all agents. Okay, so if you're watching this on Saturday, okay, and you have questions, of course, just call in on Monday. If you're live with us today, just pick up the phone after, shoot us an email. We'll get you everything you need. What is the big deal today, right? Why did we have this on a Tuesday? We couldn't wait, right? And why is it year end coming out of the new year 23? What is the big hurrah here? Okay. Okay. Well, here's what it is. Number one, we're talking about Hero Term Life product powered by Surety. Up to $2 million of term life insurance with an instant decision. Okay. That's huge. Okay. Pricing is good. Fully convertible. Comp is awesome. Plus renewals. Okay. And you got to think about this. This isn't just some fly-by-night company that popped up 3 weeks ago. Powered by Surety Life, A-rated, AM Best. Okay, this is great stuff. We're also talking about Surebridge. Awesome supplemental products. Plus, we have a small term life to bundle in as well. We have everything ready live on Insure Me Now Direct. So I hope you are ready to go with these two companies. You are going to get appointed if you're not already after we hang up the call. And then think about this. If you're the one working with that association, that bank, that financial institution, PNC agency, whatever it is, think about this. The value add, right? Especially we have someone that handles the pest control association. Every member, not only do they get access to Insure Me Now Direct to your site, okay, which by the way has great products, great pricing, they get a 1-year scholarship for free, okay, that they can gift, they can transfer from one child to another, any family member, 1 year free. We have 440 plus colleges in the U.S. now. That's huge. And they're not paying any extra for this. And you're not paying for it as the agent. Okay, so every product on the site comes with this scholarship. It's a big deal, especially. I mean, we have Bradley University. We have colleges literally in almost every city, every state, and Bradley University is a newer one. Lynn University, Embry Riddle in Florida. Okay, I mean the list goes on and on. but I would set up your marketing around this concept because it's a differentiator. Okay, this is huge. All right, we're also going to talk about Relia Shield, right, is another add-on. This is all 100% direct to consumer. So your client can log in at 2 a.m., run quotes, they can apply online. You wake up in the morning and you know what was sold, okay, by logging into your portal. Commissions are coming within a week. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, this is I've never this was my dream 8 years ago. If you've heard me speak on the webinars that long ago, which I still did every week, right? This was my dream, and we had one product that was a decreasing term, so that's why you're hearing it in my voice. Why I'm so excited. This is huge. Okay, over 5 carriers, over 20 products now, and we have 5 more that are coming within the next probably 2 to 4 months here by quarter 1, early quarter 2 of 23. All right, let's jump in. Real fast, I want to talk about some statistics, and then I have 2 other slides, and then we'll start the main presentation. So this is why I was saying proof in the pudding, right? And like I said, it doesn't matter your age, how long you've been doing this, what part of the market you focus in on. We need to change. We need to innovate. We need to pivot, right, and cater now to a different crowd, a different consumer bucket, if you will. Now let's look at this slide, top left corner. 106 million American adults were without life insurance or underinsured. As of 22, the gap between those who have life insurance and those who still need it, 18%, more than twice as much as the gap from 21. Hello, that tells us we got to get the word out. Okay, these are all LIMRA studies, top right-hand corner. This is a big one, okay? 34% of individuals age 18 to 24 own life insurance. 57% of individuals age 65 and older own life insurance, according to LIMRA's 22 study. Those under age 25 are the only group that has increased life insurance ownership since 2021. The younger generation is more aware now. They know they need it. Okay, COVID forced this, right? We know what happened. It's not a big secret. Let's look at the bottom here. Recent online survey, 29% of American adults intend to buy their life insurance online, and 40% of current policyholders wish they had purchased their policies at a younger age. Okay, hello, the shift is happening now, right? And that's why it's time to communicate with these consumers the way they want to be communicated to. If it's through social media, your website, online, fine. If they want you sitting at their kitchen table Wednesday night at 7 p.m., that's fine too. Okay? You have to be ready and able. That's the most important point with that slide. Next up is Toys for Tots, just a little something. I wanted to take a second to thank all of our agents. If it wasn't for you all, we would never be able to do this year after year. We are a silver sponsor for the South Florida chapter, and that award on the right-hand side is from the U.S. Marine Corps. That's called the Commander's Award for our participation in the annual Toys for Tots drive. So again, if it wasn't for our agents and your business and our relationships, we would never be in this position. It's about giving back, especially this time of year, to underprivileged children. That's what it's all about, right? And you know how this all works. So obviously, by all of us working together, we're able to do more and more with the toy drive and then with a big check for our silver sponsorship. So you know you're at the right place. All right, let's keep moving forward. These are just a few agent testimonials I wanted to collect here for the slides. I wanted you to see these are testimonials reviews on our Levinson Facebook page. They're not made up. We didn't just put this together right before the presentation today. Look at the left-hand side. I just completed my first Insure Me Now Direct e-app using my free website with a client. It took 10 minutes, and premium was drafted, getting paid quickly. This is a game changer. Highly recommended 5-star review. Right-hand side by Ronnie. Just closed my first online sale with Surebridge using the Insure Me Now Direct URL. Great website for those add-ons that many people are looking for. Okay? Now, as you can see, big age difference from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. These guys both know they have to pivot and cater to their consumer or referrals. All right, let's keep moving. Everybody wants more money, more tablets, especially during the holidays. That's what this is about, real fast. Also, what we're doing at the end of today's webinar, I'm going to ask a question that has to do with the slides. Whoever answers first incorrectly, I'm going to say your name and you win. In fact, I have the Apple iPad that I'm giving away to whoever answers first and correctly. Okay, right at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you're paying attention and you're on until the end. But with that said, everyone's a winner. Why? Because starting today until the 31st, you write your first app on Insure Me Now Direct with either product or carrier. Okay, Hero Life, powered by Assurity or Surebridge, and you get a free tablet. Okay, it's the Fire 10. You write an app, you get the Fire 10 tablet on us, on top of obviously great commissions and renewals and everything else. Plus, let's focus on the bottom, number 2, write and place your first 2 Surebridge apps, and you get $100 cash. Plus, I'm giving you the new Fire. Okay, and the reason why we're doing this, okay, kind of like a lost leader, we're not making money here, but we know once you try this one time, you're going to be off to the races. So we're willing to put our money where our mouth is. Okay, that's what this is about. So now is the perfect time. Okay, let's jump into our first part of the feature presentation. What I want to do now is we have our VPs and support managers from Hero that are joining us, and we're going to start with AC. He's going to jump in and give everyone the 100-foot overview of Hero Term Life. AC, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think we are just switching over and we are good to go.
Very good.
Okay, there we go.
All right. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure to speak to everyone today. Can I hide this? So can everybody see my screen?
Yep, perfect.
Excellent. So again, pleasure to speak to everyone. My name's AC Dotterwijk. I'm carrier relations over here at Traffic and Hero Life. So here to talk to you about Hero Life and give you the 10,000 point view of the product here. It is a great term product. We start out at 100,000 and we can go all the way up to 2 million instant issue. It's an absolute game changer. This is a standard or better product. We've got 10-year terms, 15, 20, and 30-year terms. Issue ages between 18 and 60. And again, standard or better, but we've got several risk classes packed in there. We've got our preferred plus, preferred non-tobacco, standard plus, standard, preferred tobacco, and standard tobacco. This is going to be an e-app only. I already mentioned the term lengths. We do have, it is an accelerated underwriting program, but we've expanded that dramatically. So we're seeing just tremendous conversion rates. More than 85% of people are getting an instant decision in real time. So that's absolutely game changing. As we'd mentioned earlier, this product is fully convertible. You can get insured in around about 20 minutes. Your pro agents, you can get this down to 15 minutes. Really, it's super easy and very intuitive. So you hop into the e-app, you run through, you're going to get a real-time instant decision. You can upsell the client in real time as well. This is another game changer that my colleague Brandon will show you in greater detail. You do a quick e-signature and you're going to get covered, like I mentioned, in 20 minutes or less. Couldn't be easier. I'll go ahead with that and toss it over to Brandon.
Thanks so much, AC. I'm going to go ahead and grab control here where I can show you my screen, and we can go ahead and show you a quick demo of the application here. And can everybody see my screen?
Yep,
awesome.
We are good to go.
So this is going to be the homepage of your traffic agent portal. From here, this is a dual-facing application, so you can send out a client-led link. If that's something that you want to do, you can just copy it to clipboard and send it out for a client to be able to complete, or you can utilize the Insure Me Now Direct platform. You also can come in and run a quick quote with very basic information, Or you can run a smart quote where you can come in and the quote will actually be able to determine based off height, weight, income, what that person's going to be able to qualify for. And you can click the next button and go directly into an application. You also can just click the application button and it will load up an application ready to go. Once you get inside the application, you'll be greeted with a series of pre-screen questions. With these pre-screen questions, it's going to help you determine if it's worth your and the client's time to apply for coverage with us. There's a couple things I would point out. Not going to be a good fit if the person is on disability or receiving any disability benefits. Again, we're making decisions on up to $2 million in coverage here, and average turnaround time on those decisions is 28 seconds after you submit for a decision. Pretty common conditions that you'll see that are not going to qualify are going to be more serious conditions that are going to be standard or better. Now, right now, diabetics are not eligible for the program, but as we get more and more applications submitted and we get a better idea on underwriting, we can probably open up diabetes in the future, hopefully within the next 90 days or so. No DUIs, no reckless driving charges, and no felonies for this program. If the person's going to be eligible and we're going to want to move forward, it's a great time to grab their first, middle, last name, their email address, and their mobile phone number. This will be important because it helps you save their information, save their quotes for future if for some reason you don't finish the application. And also, everything's delivered electronically. So you'll see an email to the client. They will also receive simultaneously a text message to be able to access their paperwork and interact with you as the agent. Right now, we're going to go through the agent-led version of the application. I've gone ahead and preloaded all the information on our client here. We've got a 35-year-old male. If we look, they're getting a $750,000 policy, 20-year fixed rate for only $38.81 a month if they qualify for Preferred Plus. Absolutely outstanding rates for how quickly these decisions are made. You come in, fill out their personal information, where they were born, add in their social security number, confirm their email address. We have autofill on addresses. As you type in addresses, it will actually autofill the remainder of the address, including the extended zip code based off the USPS listings. We also verify the driver's licenses as well, so that you know that you have the correct formatting for the state formatting here as well. We try to help you throughout the process and make this as easy as it can be, start to finish. You can talk about existing and replacement insurance that excludes group or employer provided coverage. I would point out that there is no replacements of existing insurance coverage on this product, but you can write additional coverage if they want to compare those policies side by side, and 3 months down the road they decided to drop the other policy. There's nothing that you can do about that, and they're going to be eligible for this program. Here's kind of the magic here. At this point in time, I just received a text message on my cell phone. I also just received an email in my email account as well, because I am acting as the consumer in this particular case. If for any reason there is any kind of a technical issue, you can also send them a link and you can put in a 6-digit code and pull up their paperwork as well. I'm going to go ahead here though and click the link on the email that I received here. And it's going to go ahead and load up what the client is going to see on their end here. And it will automatically load up for them the same disclosure that will be displayed on your screen here. As the agent, the consumer just agrees to be able to run an MIB check, a criminal background check, driving record check, and a prescription medication check. Once they say yes to this and click next, it's going to tell them to wait for their agent. This is really important because if you're communicating with them over a Zoom meeting or over the phone, you can keep them interacting with the device where they're going to be able to see their paperwork right away when it's ready to go. You'll notice on the agent screen that everything has now unlocked at this point. You know that they've signed their authorization, allowing you to move forward. You can grab beneficiaries on this. You can have up to 6 beneficiaries on the initial application. Those can be primary, they can be contingent. We also have buttons if their address is the same as the insured to save you time as you go through this. Again, this is all about speed and efficiency. Once you've listed the beneficiaries, you can jump right into non-medical underwriting questions. The main bulk of this application is going to be non-medical and medical history questions. This will cover US citizens or permanent green card holders. And once we answer a few questions, just making sure they have a valid driver's license with no major restrictions, DUIs, reckless driving charges, criminal problems like felonies, misdemeanors are okay. We can jump right into the medical questions themselves. In the medical history section, you'll confirm their height and weight. This is the actual height and weight that will go into the black box underwriting engine and will determine and make a decision at the end. You can answer some yes or no questions. Most of these yes or no questions are going to pertain to the actual knockout questions from the beginning. So in most cases, there's going to be no's. There's obviously going to be conditions you can say yes to. Things are going to be standard or better, like high blood pressure, cholesterol, anxiety, depression, diverticulitis. There's tons of conditions where you can qualify for an instant decision on coverage. If there's any details that you need to put in here, you can put those details in, answer those questions quickly and easily so that we know exactly what the client is dealing with. It's especially helpful if we do know what the readings are for any of these conditions and that they haven't had any complications for those conditions. You can come down and answer some very simple questions. You can even qualify for this if you've had COVID-19 recently, as long as it's resolved and you weren't hospitalized or had any major treatment like being put on supplemental oxygen. And of course, common things that you'll see on cases that are going to be standard or better: no drug or alcohol treatment, no HIV/AIDS, no major amounts of time missed from work. If you want to include physician information, you can do so. I will let you know that if you mark this as no and you do not want to include the physician information, it will not affect the outcome of the instant decision on the insurance coverage. You really want to make sure that you're ready to push that next button, because as soon as you do, you'll see the wheel spin, and in under 28 seconds, it's going to come back with an immediate decision for you. As AC had alluded to earlier, this is a great moment in time to upsell your clients. You know that they are medically approved for the policy, and you know what they're approved at. We can see here that we are approved at Preferred Plus non-tobacco. They're getting the absolute best rate. At all times in the top right-hand corner as well, when you're talking on the phone or over Zoom, you can see your client's name, you can see their age, you can see what you initially quoted them, and then once they're approved, you can see what their final quote is going to be. As I had mentioned, one of the things that's really unique about this program is you can upsell the client. So even though we only applied for 750,000, even if we had only applied for 100,000, if they're eligible all the way up to 2 million, now is the time you can actually move up in coverage and resell them on a larger amount of coverage. It also makes it very easy to close down cases if for some reason they were approved other than as applied. This is a great time where you can adjust their term length and make sure that you're getting them the price that they want to pay every single month, or every 3 months, every 6 months, or once per year. Once you've locked in exactly what it is the client wants, you can come to the payment page. At this particular moment in time, it's credit or debit card only for the initial and recurring payments. Now, with that being said, very shortly, probably around the beginning of next year, we will be able to take bank accounts as well. So you don't have to worry about that. If that's something that you like doing bank accounts more than credit card or debit card, that's fine. It's just everybody has a credit card or a debit card, so we started there, and very shortly we'll be able to give you support for bank accounts. There's just a very quick agent statement where you say if you personally were there in person with the person, how well you know them, if they approached you to purchase the insurance coverage. All of this is just a statement of fact. It doesn't affect the outcome. We actually auto-populate all of your agent information here. Again, as Bill has mentioned, you are the agent of record on all your sales here. We make it quick and easy by auto-populating that. We are now going to generate the paperwork for you, the agent. It's a great time to remind the client that they've been waiting on this page. They're going to see their paperwork in just a moment here. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we have that paperwork ready to go over here. On our agent side, we're going to sign the few signatures that'll be required for us as the agent here. To speed things along, I generally just click the next button. This little pencil will take you right to the signature that you need to go to, and you can just confirm to sign. This is even easier on a phone or a tablet, especially for a client. They can just tap the button. It's going to auto add their signature. There's no signature adoption or anything that could slow down the client. And then we'll notice over here on the client side, it's unlocked. It's let them know that the agent has now passed over the paperwork for their review. Very simple, very easy to walk them through because you've already seen the main bulk of this yourself as the agent. We just have to have them agree to sign electronically. That signing electronically is the same as if they were signing with a pen to the piece of paper that you just slid across the desk to them. They can review everything here. If there are any inaccuracies, it's best that they sign and submit everything, and you mark down any of those inaccuracies. We can submit them to a surety. We have electronic amendments. They can sign the electronic amendment to bind their coverage when their policy is ready for them to review. They can take their time and go down through here. They'll see a representation of everything that you've done in your e-application, or much like I like to do, they can also skip ahead and do their signatures. Anytime they want to just click that next button there, it'll take them to whatever signatures are on that page for them to complete. There'll be some pages that they just need to review with nothing to sign. If there is something to sign, you'll see that pencil next signature, and then the sign and confirm button. You'll hit the sign button and then confirm everything at the bottom. And then the most important thing on all this is going to be that we get all these signatures done so that we can get all this wrapped up in 15 minutes with a technological savvy client. We sign to say it's okay to charge the premium payment. And then as soon as we confirm that, both your screen and the client screen are going to change, and they're going to confirm that everything has been finalized. We're going to get this great congratulations screen, confetti, letting us know that our coverage is ready to go. And if we look here, we've got a policy number. Now, I will let you know, this is instant decision, so it does take some time to issue the policy. The policy will generally be issued in 48 hours if you've already written coverage in that state. But if this is the very first time that you're writing a policy in that state, they do have to appoint you in that state, and we can see it take as long as 7 days, just so that we can set accurate expectations for the client. However, once you have written a policy in that state, all these are going to turn around in 48 hours, 72 hours consistently. We get a nice reminder of everything that we've applied for. In this case, we got a $2 million policy, 15-year fixed rate, preferred plus, only $75 a month. We're able to make sure that all of our beneficiaries are going to be covered and protected. We have the phone number to Assurity's customer service number here. You can call in with the client can call in themselves to make whatever changes or adjustments that we may need to make. We can also email client services at assurity.com. Everything is up for their approval. We also get them access to Assurity's customer service portal where they can review their policy. So they'll see that email come in their email account in the following days. They can log in and they can review everything electronically. They can download a copy of their policy, save it to their computer. If for some reason they don't get an opportunity to go in and actually see that electronic policy, then after 14 days of time, it is going to automatically send out a paper copy of that policy. So they don't have to worry about it. At the end of the day, they're going to get access to their documents no matter what. With that, I hope that you had a great time reviewing how quick and easy Hero Life is, and I'll go ahead and pass back presenter.
Excellent. That was perfect. Spot on. Let me ask you just a quick question. As far as the TIA, the temporary insurance agreement, the life insurance would not start until the policy is generated. Is that correct, or is it bound right when they get that instant decision or approval?
Yeah, you've already provided payment information, so as long as your payment goes through, you're just fine as soon as everything's been submitted. But the policy itself is not going to be issued, able to be reviewed and signed off on until it's actually generated 48 hours later. One thing I would point out, there can be signatures that are required before everything is finalized. If there were some major material changes to the application itself, we're going to want to sign those electronic amendments and make sure that that's a matter of record to get that issued for them. They're also not going to be charged until that policy is issued.
Got it. Okay, perfect. All right, you guys did great, and I hope everyone now can see exactly why I was so excited, right? And remember, you can sell this over the phone, through tablet, smartphone. They can go on your site, sign up 100% direct to consumer. So this is a slam dunk, and this is why we've been working on this for months now. I've been talking about it for months now, and so the day is here for you to get started. So next up now, I want you to think about, you have this great term life to $2 million, and you also need to have supplemental products in your arsenal, guaranteed issue options, right? We even have a small term life option. You can bundle in products with Surebridge, cross-sell, all the above. So next up, I want to introduce you all to Seth Groff, who is our Surebridge Vice President. He's been at our past expos. We are launching his product as well, on top of some neat guaranteed issue riders, etc. So Seth, are you here with us?
I'm here, Bill.
Excellent. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Are you going to have me share my screen?
Yep. Give us 1 second. We are
Perfect.
handling. Okay, there we go.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on again. I know we've done a couple of different presentations on the Surebridge products that are out on Insure Me Now Direct, but as Bill mentioned, we have two new enhancements that actually went live yesterday. So it's the guaranteed issue riders on hospital-wise and also the new simplified issue term. And so if you're not familiar with Surebridge and what we have up on Insure Me Now Direct, this is kind of the overall picture that you have access to. Two things that I like about this slide is, number one, is by getting contracted with Surebridge and set up with Insure Me Now Direct, you get access to all these products. So if you count them up, it looks like 3, 7, 10. You get access to 10 products that your clients can go out and enroll on their own without your interaction and get paid for it. So I think that's pretty amazing that you get access to that many products, assuming that you're both health and life licensed, obviously, by signing up with Surebridge and Levinson's through Insure Me Now Direct. The other thing I like about this slide is all of those GIs that are after these products. That just means that there's some guaranteed issue benefit available for those plans. Obviously, the accident plans and dental plans, those will all be guaranteed issues, so there will never be a health question on those. But even on our health products like critical illness and hospital indemnity, there's still going to be some form of guaranteed issue benefit available. And we'll talk about the new GI benefits on the hospital-wise plan. But as I mentioned, starting yesterday, the Surebridge term product is available, which you can get an instant decision on the $25,000 benefit level, and I'll kind of talk about the niche of where our product fits and kind of what our differentiators are with this. But I let us look at this and just am really excited that you all get access to this many products through Insure Me Now Direct and Surebridge. So the first thing you have to remember with Surebridge is that our kind of bread and butter is the ancillary health products. So the dental products, the critical illness, the health products. And so when we designed this product, this term product, it really was designed for health agents that wanted to add a small term product. And so keep that in mind when you're thinking about this. If you want, $1 million term policy, $500,000 term policy, go with the folks at Hero and Assurity, because that's what that product's really designed for. This is just designed for someone that wants a quick and easy way to get a little bit of life insurance in force in conjunction with their ancillary products. But obviously, the biggest hangups on purchasing life insurance is cost and also medically qualifying. And so having these small term benefits available and having a simplified issue process to get them makes it enticing to the client. This product here, the nuts and bolts, you can see what they are. Obviously 25,000 to 250 on this, but we do have a couple of riders that I think differentiate ourselves, and I'll talk about those on actually the next slide. The critical condition rider just pays that benefit if they're diagnosed with one of the covered conditions. It is a dollar for dollar acceleration. So if you have a $25,000 critical condition rider, you do actually get the full $25,000, and then your death benefit is reduced dollar for dollar as well. But one of the riders that I like the most is actually that spouse rider, because that spouse rider, even though I didn't say there was any GI benefits available on the term product, the spouse rider actually is guaranteed issue. So if you think about a spouse that's uninsurable, but one of the spouses is insurable and you want to get some term life insurance, you can add that spouse rider and get them some coverage on the plan, even if they're uninsurable. So for that spouse, there won't be any health questions. So yeah, the spouse could have cancer, going through treatment, and be added as a rider and get coverage. The same is true on the dependent rider as well. That rider covers all the kids, and there's no health questions on that either. So, a child could be born with some, major health issues. You could still put them on as a dependent rider, which is going to be nice. The critical condition rider, these will be the benefits, but just remember that it does accelerate dollar for dollar on that plan. And it also reduces the death benefit dollar for dollar. But if you're looking for easy way to get both life and critical illness, that would be a rider to take a look at. As far as underwriting, if you apply for $25,000, it's just the questions on the application. Okay, so it's instant decision. It's basically looking at the questions on the app. You're either in or you're out. There's no other underwriting on $25,000, and that's kind of where we found our niche with this product, especially if you're selling some of the other ancillary products. All other benefits on this plan are going to be simplified underwriting. And so we're doing the applications, questions on the app, and a script check. If there's discrepancies, it gets kicked out for a phone interview, and then we're actually owned by United Healthcare. And so sometimes we will pull a United Healthcare claim check if we need to clear up any of those discrepancies. But where we've just been having agents really honing in on, again, is that $25,000 benefit with this plan. And here's really the approach that is often taken. So if you know anyone that works for like a big corporation, right? And I'll use myself as an example, right? I work at United Healthcare. So I get some health insurance. I get the option to buy dental vision insurance. I get the option to buy supplemental insurance. And then I also get a little bit of life insurance, like 2 times my income, right? Or some people will offer a flat amount. Well, what happens if you're an individual that you don't get benefits through an employer? All of these are very popular through the employer, and people are looking for them, and employers will use them as a differentiator in order to attract and retain the best employees. But if you're not getting these benefits through the employer, people still want them. And so, with Surebridge, you can still get them. So you can purchase them individually. And, out of all of these listed up here, you can get 3 out of 4 through Surebridge. We don't offer the health insurance. Our parent company, United, obviously does. But that's pretty cool that you can enroll your clients in 3 or 4 of those and basically giving them the same benefits that they would get if they, were getting them through an employer. And I just always throw this as an add-on. And I love that quote, Bill, that agent said that, some of these products that you don't want to spend a lot of time on, but you still want to be able to enroll your clients in, Surebridge is just a really great add-on. And so I just gave this as an example. 40 by a prime DVH dental vision hearing for $38 a month. The agent just says, hey, by the way, would you like to add a $25,000 term for an additional $9 a month? Sure, I'll add that. Total monthly premium just is up for $46 a month. So for less than $50, you're getting a little bit of term insurance. You're also getting a great dental plan as well. And that's just really the approach that we've been seeing this plan take. Niches at $25,000. I always say it's great for an insurance starter pack, right? That person that doesn't have any insurance, let's get this $25,000 in force, and then we can look at purchasing higher amounts down the road. I always say you can use it as a temporary final expense, right? Maybe you're talking to someone about some final expense insurance. They're younger. They're like, yeah, I don't want to start that right now. Okay, well, let's at least get you $25,000. So if something does happen, you're covered, and then we'll enroll you in a permanent simplified issue plan down the road. Great to cover small debts as well. And then also, I really like that uninsurable spouse, because remember, the spouse rider is guaranteed issue. So as long as one spouse is insurable, you can get that other spouse covered as well. And then also offset inflation, right? If you sold a plan, a $500,000 policy, 2 years ago, that $500,000 doesn't have the same buying power that it did back then. And so if they need to just bump up their life insurance coverage and want an additional $25,000 in a quick and easy manner, this is a great way to do it as well. So the next product that I want to talk about is the guaranteed issue hospital-wise plan. We sell a lot of this in conjunction with Medicare Advantage plans, but I wanted to really talk about the guaranteed issue benefits and what we did on Insure Me Now Direct. Now, I'm going to show you an example how to sell this in conjunction with hospital indemnity plans on a few more slides, but our newest enhancement on this product is if you stay under the guaranteed issue thresholds, there won't be any health questions on the application. And so the base policy, you can do, up to 6 days, $350 a day of the daily benefit. These are for all issue ages 0 to 90, okay? But as long as you stay under these thresholds, there aren't going to be any questions on the application. So, an ambulance rider, you can go up to 200, the ER rider, you can go up to 100, diagnostic rider up to 200, surgical rider up to 250, skilled nursing rider, you can do days 21 through 100 up to 200. So if you stay under those thresholds, there won't be any health questions on the application, okay? Which is great. But what the issue was is that when we initially rolled this out, we actually had all the riders at the maximum amount on the Insure Me Now Direct. And so we actually went back through and lowered all of those to those guaranteed issue thresholds. So, keep in mind with the Insure Me Now Direct, we've seen that having, just one option results in more sales than having, 7 different riders with, multiple benefit levels at each one. It just confuses the client. So it's like, if you want this rider, this is the benefit that you can get. And it really helped increase the conversion rates on that. However, they were higher above these thresholds. And so what we did is we actually changed it so that all the riders are at the guaranteed issue thresholds. They still have the flexibility of changing the daily benefit, but if they want the ER rider, they're going to get that $100 option is what they're going to get. And so we're excited about that because encouraging your client to stay under that GI limit, we think is going to help sales. But up here on the screen here is really how the product is sold in conjunction with the Medicare Advantage plan. On the left-hand side is going to be the copays associated with that Medicare Advantage plan. On the right-hand side is a hospital-wise plan designed to cover those copays, and we can do this on a guaranteed issue basis all the way out to age 90. And so we've seen this sales on this. We're up about 300% in November with this plan. Obviously, AEP helps a lot, but agents are really attracted to this, these guaranteed issue benefits and are out there selling them. But that's the concept. Enrollment options, I just want to hit on this just 1 second because this does cause some confusion with agents, and then I'll turn it back over. But Insure Me Now Direct, remember, is the client enrollment, so no agent involved, and it's really simple sales, right? Somebody wants a vision plan, send them out to Insure Me Now Direct, right? If somebody wants just a simplified issue term for $25,000, send them out to Insure Me Now Direct. Once you get into a little bit more complex sales, where maybe you're enrolling multiple products or multiple people, you might need to go out to Surebridge's portal, which is supsportal.com. The difference is that it requires agent enrollment, and it's really designed for those more complex sales. So it's cool you got 2 paths to go. If you want quick and easy, send them to Insure Me Now Direct, but really that's simple sales. And if you need more advanced sales, you do have to use our portal. So I did want to clarify that because that has been causing some confusion. But Bill, with that, that's what I had prepared, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Well, Seth, that was perfect, spot on. And I just want all the agents to understand now you get it, right? You just saw 11 total products launched, and you have over 20 to choose from. Okay, so there's no more excuse. You need to start with your social media ads. You need to start with your e-blast campaigns. We have everything wrapped up in a nutshell when it comes to marketing for you. Videos, agent templates if you're recruiting other agents to the platform, consumer marketing. Annalise in our office, she is the go-to. Okay, so once you're appointed, in fact, if we can go to the next slide here, we'll show you what it looks and feels like to get started. But once you're active, right, and you have questions with Insure Me Now Direct, maybe a certain site, a certain carrier, product, she's the go-to, and she can pull in Seth if needed, Brandon, AC, Jacob, it doesn't matter. Okay, she's going to be your go-to. And then we have a bunch of other training materials, podcasts, webinars where we dive into each product a little deeper to make sure that you are comfortable. But like Seth said, these are all the smaller face amounts, smaller premium products that allow you to focus on your day-to-day and have this running on autopilot in the background. Okay, it's a dream come true for me. There's a lot that goes into the programming, the compliance, right, at each carrier, right, and then all the marketing behind it. So we've done all the legwork over the years, and you've heard me speak about this, presented at our expo, and now you're seeing the actual real live product that's not just a pipe dream anymore, because everything we just went over is up and running. You can write an app and win your Fire tablet this afternoon. Okay, just focused on everything we went over, and then another 3, 4, 5 products outside of what we spoke about today. So very cool stuff. This is what the Insure Me Now Direct homepage looks like, but of course it'll have your picture, your phone number, your email. Everything goes back to you and is branded to you. Okay, so we're going to include the get started information and links in the thank you email. You'll have that in your inbox tonight before we leave. If you don't get it, it's probably sitting in your spam folder, or just call us. We might have your incorrect email address. So what I want to do now is, you heard about the various products, 2 different carriers. I want to show you what Insure Me Now feels like, okay? So to a consumer, or of course as an agent, if you're giving the consumer the walkthrough. If we can go to the next slide. this is the home page that your consumer will land on. Okay, so once they click on your site, give us just 1 second. We'll load up the first slide here. Okay, so as that's loading, what you're gonna, there we go. As you can see in front of you, so top right-hand corner will be all of your information branded, and then your consumer can choose very simply life, critical illness, DI, accident, senior, everything at their fingertips. And imagine you can walk the consumer through this over the phone or through a Zoom call or face to face. You run into someone at the supermarket, turn your phone around, or a tablet. It is so simple. Okay, we purposely made this so easy for any age group, right, to go from A to Z. Okay, so once they click, let's just say life, for example. Okay, Annalise, can we back up for 1 second here? Just want to show one part of that. Okay, what I want to show real fast is your consumer is going to put in the basic demographics, right? Let's just say state, birthday, gender, and do you use tobacco or not? Okay, and then see the orange button on the bottom. Next, let's go to the next slide. And now what you're going to see is the products that fit into that client's demographics depending on their state. Okay, so everything changes in real time. And once the consumer picks, let's say, life insurance, see the little box around it, the next slide on the right side is going to show them the products and then premium that are available for life insurance in that state for that consumer. And then look at the bottom right corner. It's going to say, buckle up, Buttercup. It's time to get your quote. Okay, so now the next slide is going to pop up, and this is what the consumer is going to see. It doesn't get any easier. Let's say they clicked on the Surebridge term. Left side is going to give them the premium, the benefit amount, and then the riders on the bottom left corner. And then the consumer clicks the orange bar, apply, and then on the right side, the e-app is going to come up automatically, right, and pre-populate the basic info the client just put in, and then they'll fill out the rest. And like I said, you can walk them through this if you would like, or they can do this at 3 a.m., totally up to the consumer, and you are agent of record and get full commission, and most of the products we spoke about pay full renewals to you as well. Okay, so it doesn't get any easier, folks. There is nothing else like this available in the market today that's not based like on a referral fee where you're not agent of record, which is crazy to me. To not build your own book of business is riding a horse backwards, okay, in New York City in 2023, which doesn't exist. So there you have it. Let's go to the next slide. This is ReliaShield, identity theft protection. So this is a big deal now. And I know obviously it's not a life insurance product or a health insurance product, but it is important. It's a great way to protect your consumers. They can self-enroll on your Insure Me Now Direct plan, and there's still a referral fee platform starting at $7 a month, okay? And then just because it's on your Insure Me Now, the consumer gets an extra 10% discount, and then the 3 plans are on the bottom there. It could be a whole family or an individual. Everything is there. Okay, next slide. If you want to dive in a little deeper, what I did here is I sat down with the Hero Life team for 1 hour to speak all about the product, the ideas behind it, what changes are coming, everything from A to Z. Also some success stories from agents that are using the platform to network in different groups and also to recruit agents. They're going out there and saying, hey, you can have access to a platform and products like this, right? If you work with me or under me, and then you sit back and make your 5 or 10%, okay? Just like a GA and an agent. This is, in my opinion, okay, when you think about you going out there as a GA trying to recruit other agents, this is the perfect recipe because there is no other IMO that can say to that agent, hey, we have the same thing, okay? This is not another Me Too platform. This is unique and exclusive to Levinson and to you as the MGA or the GA. So I would use this to run with recruiting your downline and spreading the word to consumers. So that's a great 1 hour training that you should make sure you listen to and take plenty of notes. Okay, the next slide, we're just about done here. We're going to get you out right at 4 p.m. These are our future trainings that are upcoming next week and the week after. Very important. The reason why is because this is what you're on right now. This is the way you keep your pulse on the industry. You know what's hot, what's not, where to focus on, what carriers do you need to be appointed with, what products do you need to get the message out to your consumers, because they will bring this up to you. And if you don't know enough to be dangerous, we know the story and the outcome, right? They go to the next person, which we don't want to happen. So real fast on the bottom there, Q4 2022 marketing opportunities for the hottest life LTC hybrid available, period, in the industry today. That's on Thursday this week, 3 p.m. And then on the bottom there, we are doing a protective life relaunch with IUL in term with our VP and a special guest speaker. That's the following week on the 15th. You don't want to miss those. Let's go to the last slide. And I think I'm 1 minute over and we are done. So real fast, since it is Tuesday, I call it Positive Tuesday, which means nothing except that I get my quote out through all of our social media pages for branding and marketing every week, which you should be doing the same exact thing. It's just a way to stay top of mind for your consumers, in our case, our agents. So they remember, hey, it's Bill Levinson, the cool guy with the funny haircut, right? He's the guru when it comes to life insurance and annuity marketing, whatever it is. Okay, you can be funny about it, cute, doesn't matter. The point is branding and marketing 24/7. So when people think life insurance, LTC, supplemental products, they remember you are the go-to. It's that simple. Here's my quote. People really don't care how much you know or don't know until they know how much you really care. It's about selfless love, doing the right thing for others. Okay, that has to come first. Now we're going to have our question of the day. Whoever answers first and correctly wins the Apple iPad. Perfect time for the holidays or re-gift. You do whatever you want with it. We're going to ask our question, and your little fingers have to be on the keyboard ready to go. Annalise is going to do the watching, and I'm going to ask the question. And right now, question is, with the carriers that I presented today, we had 2 different carriers. Which one is Sage Scholarship approved? Which one comes with a free scholarship? You tell me, and you win. Whoever was first takes away the Apple iPad. Annalise is going to tell us who answered first and correctly.
All right, give me just a second. First and correctly, I see is Scott W.
Scott W., congratulations. It was kind of a trick question. The answer was both Surebridge and Hero Term Life. Trick question, trick answer. Scott W., congratulations. Apple iPad in the mail. Let's all have a great day. Let's have a great week. And on a serious, serious note, start thinking about the new year. Write down these goals, right? Anything that you want to change for your business, for your personal life. Put these things in motion. You don't want it to be just another New Year's Eve, right? Another New Year's Day, 2 months later, half the goals go out the window. Write it down, make it happen, set the course with reminders. And you got to put your right foot down on the gas pedal, right? Because it's now or never. Let's have a great day. Thanks again, everyone. Take care and good selling.